tell you that we're so afraid of the future. But if we actually knew the future, we would be paralyzed. Like if you put yourself in my shoes for a minute, and it was like I got my driver's license when I was 16, and so it's like imagine if I went up to the DMV and they're like, hey, congratulations, Kevin, here's your driver's license. And you're like, oh, that's amazing. And they're like, hey, just to tell you, in 14 years, your oldest daughter is going to have open heart surgery. Don't worry about it. And then like 2 years later, when I'm graduating high school and I'm walking across the stage and they're like, hey, congratulations on, completing high school. They're like, hey, good job. And it's like, hey, just to remind you, 12 years, yeah, your oldest daughter's going to have open heart surgery. Okay, this is getting a little strange. How about on your wedding day? It's like, oh, it's such an amazing moment. You may kiss your bride. 6 more years until your oldest daughter has open heart surgery. That'd be terrible. But we think that if we just knew what the future held, then I'm not going to be afraid of it. But because I don't know, I can't control it, then I'm going to be scared. I'm going to be stressed out. I'm going to be anxious. I don't think so. If you knew what was going to happen to you 5 years from now, we wouldn't know how to move. We wouldn't know how to live. We're so afraid of the future. And what we come up with is just a small version of the future. But God is working an incredible plan that is bigger than anything we can comprehend. Like we're so afraid of what the doctor is going to say at our next checkup in 2 weeks. But by then, you've already figured it all out. You've been on Google, you've diagnosed yourself, you've got all the medications. You know exactly what the doctor is going to say in 2 weeks. But you're scared and stressed out over it anyway. But God already knows the answer to that. And he knows your next doctor's appointment 2 years later. He knows everything about your life. He knows the health report on every cell in your body. We get so worried about the small little thing of our future that we just make up in our head. And God knows all of that. And when we get that, like when we get a glimpse into that, what is there to fear when we're united with the one who holds everything in his hands?